because potent spellcasting is a joke of a feature that they just never amended. So it just says starting at 8th level, you can add your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with cleric cantrips. But by 8th level, you stop casting damaging cantrips because you've got all of your spell slots to use. So unless you're like at a traditional table that is really trying to stick to the rules and do those 16 encounters a day, I have a hard time you're going to be using this feature at all, or even benefiting from that majorly, because like the window where you would want the charisma mod on damage for your cantrips has long since passed.
Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and we're going to begin our series on the Cleric domains, beginning with the first, Arcana.
It's a short one. I like cleric options that like redefine, they give you new angles, new ways to play the priest kind of archetype. I don't know if this does that. It just kind of makes you a crappier wizard, but we'll dive through it feature by feature.
You're still a full cleric.
Sure, you just, we'll get there. Yeah. So this is from Sorko's Adventurer's Guide, the infamous book, a book that has one really busted option and then a lot of very bad options. So I think this hits above Purple Dragon Knight, technically, but that bar is in hell. So like, you get a bonus spells like all clerics do. Every single domain gets bonus spells that are automatically prepared. This list is Detect Magic and Magic Missile at 1st level, Magic Weapon and Nistle's Magic Aura at 3rd level, Dispel Magic and Magic Circle at 5th level, Arcane Eye and Secret Chest at 7th level, and Planar Binding and Teleportation Circle at 9th level.
Ooh.
Any standouts to you?
I guess, 1st level, 2 decent options. Not as excited about the 3rd level spells. Magic Weapon, that, what is that? Enhance
+1 to hit and damage.
Right, okay, that's something.
Technically.
More so than Magic Aura.
Yep.
Dispel Magic, Magic Circle. I think you'll probably get more use out of Dispel Magic, but Magic Circle's okay.
It's that weird, you make a circle around a thing, like it has to make charisma saving throws if it tries to like teleport in it, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay, sorry, continue.
7th levels, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, 7th level spells I'm not too keen on. Maybe you'll get some use out of Arcane. Lehman's Secret Chest. Which one is that?
That's Secret Chest, the one where you get a little box that disappears if you roll a 2%er on a after 30 days.
No, thank you.
This is a bad version of a bag of holding. Yeah.
Planar Binding, I think some people make use of that. I don't think I would so much. Summon demons or something, right?
Yeah, you attempt to bind a thing that you've already are with to your service that normally is within a magic circle. So these things kind of play together, right?
And then Teleportation Circle, I like if it exists. I don't necessarily want to be the one casting it.
It feels like it's a world tool, not necessarily a player spell most of the time.
So
I'm not high on this list.
No, not on the whole, no, not really.
I really wish they got counterspell. That's the thing I would want from the like cleric wizard hybrid, is the anti-magic sort of the one that both worships and understands magic to a degree that they can interact with it. And they can interact with it to spell magic, but that's kind of it. I also hate that like the unique spells here are kind of booty. So Magic Missile is fine. It's a perfectly serviceable 1st level spell. I've come down on it a lot over the years, but like clerics can already prepare to spell magic. They can already prepare detect magic. They can already prepare Magic Weapon, I think. Like you can get Magic Aura. Oh no, they can't prepare Magic Weapon. Okay, they get Magic Weapon. I'm not high on that, but they get that one bonus. But like Arcane Eye, Secret Chest, those are the like new options for cleric here, and they don't seem good.
No.
Magic Circle does not seem great, although that feels more cleric-y than even wizardly to me, and it is a cleric spell already, so like as far as expanding what cleric is doing, I really hope you love Magic Missile, like really love Magic Missile, because I think that's the bulk of the interesting options here that are added to the class. So outside of the bonus spells, you get Arcane Initiate at 1st level. When you choose this domain at 1st level, you get proficiency in Arcana and 2 cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list. That's actually awesome.
Yeah,
Mage Hand, that's fantastic.
Especially because your cleric options aren't great.
Well, yeah, now you've got Guidance, Mage Hand, and Minor Illusion, which are like the trifecta. You've done it.
Yeah.
You've got the 3 best cantrips for utility in the game, as well as a couple of the Cleric cantrips that you'll probably never cast. That's all you get, though, for your first level feature. When you stack that against like War Domain's extra attack or Trickery Domain's invoked, or I think Trickery Domain comes with their advantage on stealth checks out the gate. Like there are a ton of powerful build around features. Life Domain gets the bonus to healing. That's like the plus 1 billion, but it's not, healing is overdone anyway. I think of the first level features, this one isn't robust, but it is like, 2 of the best cantrips of the game is worth something. That's solid, I guess.
Now you
I'm
are
excited.
you definitely want one of your cantrips to be damaging, right? Because you're gonna have something that another level that 8th level you're gonna empower your damaging cantrip.
Yeah, so all the cleric subclasses either get Divine Strike or Potent Spellcasting, to my knowledge, and that's their 8th level feature, and it basically declares are you a martial cleric or a caster
Right.
cleric, and this is the caster cleric, so they get Potent Spellcasting, which we'll touch on
Okay.
when we get there. You can just take Total Death, though, as a cleric cantrip, and that's the best cantrip for damage in the game, so you probably would take that one, I'd imagine. Yeah. At second level, you get your Channel Divinity, so you have a pool of Channel Divinities, you get like 2, I think, and this is either this or Destroy Undead or Turn Undead, whichever it is that clerics get a base class. You get Arcane Abjuration alongside it as an option. You can use your Channel Divinity to abjure otherworldly creatures. As an action, you present your holy symbol and 1 celestial, elemental, fey, fiend of your choice that is within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw, provided that it can see or hear you. If it fails the saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly end its move in a space within 30 feet of you. It can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use a dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. After you reach 5th level, when a creature fails to save and throw against your Arcane Abjuration feature, the creature is banished for a minute, as in the banishment spell. No concentration required. If it isn't on its plane of origin and its challenge rating is at or below a certain threshold, as shown as in the banishment table below. And this is where it really just tears the rug right out from under this feature, because the CR requirements are a half or lower for a 5th level cleric, an 8th or lower for a 1st level cleric. I'm sorry, a half or lower for 5th level cleric, 1 or lower for the 8th level cleric, 2 or lower for 11th level, 3 or lower for 14th, or 4 or lower for 17th level. Which
That's
means
for banishing though, not for the turning.
Yeah, but I want to banish the things that are higher than CR 1/2. I want to banish the big problematic monsters, not the itty bitty ones that I can kick with my shoe and have them fall over.
Well, I'm still
I don't
happy
love that.
if I can get them to run away from me.
Yeah, this does not stack up great against the Paladin Channel Divinities or even other Cleric Channel Divinities, because it hits 1 target, and like Turn Undead hits everything that's undead near you, I believe. Like this gives you 1 silver bullet against a Celestial.
But I mean, you can use this over and over again, right?
You get 2 Channel Divinities.
Oh crap! Yes, sorry. No, all right. Yeah, I'm not as excited about this now.
Yeah, Channel Divinity Turn Undead. This is just all clerics get it. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet makes a wisdom saving throw. Each. Any number within 30 feet of you. This is 1.
Okay.
If it always banished, I'd be a little bit more into it. Or like if it banished any CR creatures, because it's already kind of narrow. It's already 4 creature types, right? You're not going to be able to use this every encounter. At least make it good in encounters where it's good. But it's not. It's going to be really suspect, because by the time you get to 17th level, all of a sudden I care a lot less about the CR4 elemental. I care a lot more about the CR15 one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not high on this thing.
Yeah, you brought me down on it. I was more excited about it before we spoke.
Yeah, turning is genuinely powerful. If you turn, this will still be the kind of feature where you will turn a Celestial and you'll feel good about it. You'll turn an Elemental and it'll be like, oh, that did something, that was powerful, that was decent. That is a high enough floor that this isn't trash. It's just comparatively to the rest of the Cleric's doing pretty lackluster, I think.
Yeah.
We also haven't touched on the whole question of why would you play this when you could play a Wizard if you want to do the Arcanist thing, and I don't know if we have an answer to that question yet. At 6th level, we get Spellbreaker. So starting at 6th level, when you restore hit points to an ally with a spell of 1st level or higher, you can also end 1 spell of your choice on that creature. The level of the spell you end must be equal to or lower than the level of the spell slot you use to cast the healing spell. So like,
what are we using this for? Hold person?
and yeah, hold person,
Hypnotic
dominate
pattern?
person,
Yeah.
yeah, all of those. But just always remember, you could have used Dispel Magic at the exact same rate and taken it off. Exactly the same rate. Now, this does work on multiples, so if your party does get Hypnotic Pattern and you're the only one out, if you Mass Healing Word for the 5th level spell, everyone's free. That's not happening very often.
No.
And this also only ends spells. It doesn't end in magical conditions. And most monsters don't cast spells. They have abilities that debilitate. They have features that cause problems. That doesn't nothing against the frightful presence of a dragon. This does nothing against the fear induced by a sea hag. It is only good against mainly area of effect spells that inflict conditions on the party. And then whenever you have competition that can do its job as well.
Yes. Because you already get Dispel Magic.
You get it for free.
Yeah.
You always have to prepare that. That's on your bonus prepared list. You don't get a choice. They show you, hey, you could already do this. You always have to already do this. Now you have a feature that does it twice.
Well, if they did need healing, that then there you go. But
the staples Dispel Magic.
Now we're making it even more niche.
Yeah, I'm really low on this thing. It's just not that exciting or impactful. Like, we're looking at this archetype and being like, okay, at first level, you get some good bonus cantrips that will be usable the entire game. Everything else is going to be usable in 1 or 2 encounters per campaign.
And
that's frightening.
It's not looking great from there either.
No, because potent spellcasting is a joke of a feature that they just never amended. So it just says starting at 8th level, you can add your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with cleric cantrips, but by 8th level, you stop casting damaging cantrips because you've got all of your spell slots to use. So unless you're like at a traditional table that is really trying to stick to the rules and do those 16 encounters a day, I have a hard time you're going to be using this feature at all, or even benefiting from that majorly, because like the window where you would want the charisma mod on damage for your cantrips has long since passed.
Yes.
Not great.
No, how much difference are we talking about? 2 or 3 points?
It has your wisdom modifier to a damage cleric cantrip. So if you use Toll the Dead, it's going from, I believe, 2 or 3d12 at this point to 2 to 3d12 plus 3 or 4 or 5. That's like
who's getting excited about that at 8th level?
Not me, because I don't want to be casting. If I'm casting Toll the Dead, something's already gone wrong, or we've already won the encounter. Right? It's either the encounter is such a joke that I don't need to waste resources on it, and I'm just gonna throw my cantrips out and wait for the fighters and rangers to kill everyone, or it's so dire that I desperately need a better resource than this. It's okay. All clerics get screwed at 8th level, but it's okay because you're a cleric. You're still a full caster, so it'll still be fine. Now, the last feature you get is Arcane Mastery. At 17th level, you choose 4 spells for the wizard spell list, 1 from each level, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. You add them to your list of domain spells. Like your other domain spells, they are always prepared and count as cleric spells for you. Believe it or not, this feature is completely cracked because the wizard spell list is completely cracked. Because this gives you access to the best spells in the game.
Yeah.
It just does. And that makes it powerful. That makes this a powerful 17th level feature.
But there's a lot of crap to wade through before we get here.
Yeah. And like, this isn't exciting, is it? Like, why haven't we done just playing? Like, if you want a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th level wizard spell, Bob, do I have a deal for you? If you play the wizard class, you can start getting 6th level spells as early as level 11. That's 6 whole levels earlier.
Yeah, but I mean, I forgot what the cleric upper level spells were looking like. If you wanted both, here's how you get it.
Sure. There's an option called the Divine Soul Sorcerer, and it gets literally how they amended that option is just you can learn cleric spells too. I genuinely think they could have just like, as part of the first level feature, just said every time you can always prepare 1 wizard spell of your choice of each level. And I think this would have been able to have plenty of room for more features. It'd be powerful, be interesting, it'd be the Arcanist meets cleric hybrid. As it is, man, does this thing suck. Like, it's not the worst option in the game, not by a long shot. Spellbreaker technically does something. Arcane Abjuration technically does something. Arcane Initiate, while boring, it's giving you some awesome cantrips. This thing is just like the least creative iteration of what does a wizard cleric look like. And for that, I say boo. Boo and try again. Don't reprint this option, please. It didn't deserve it.
Let me ask you this. All right, maybe not the worst cleric option. Is this the worst domain spell list?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I guess not. We have nature to do still, and I recall nature being truly horrendous. But this spell list is like detect magic and dispel magic and magic missile. Those are all spells I would regularly cast. So like I'm not like regularly casting to dispel magic, but I'm happy to cast dispel magic when I need it. Which again, and is another not an endorsement of its 6th level feature because it's just like ghoulish overkill. We don't need that effect most encounters. And then the 7th and 8th level options are just duds, huh? Maybe this is the worst. Maybe this is the worst arcane or cleric bonus spell list.
Well, yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to future cleric subclasses to compare their lists against this one.
Yeah, I just like I can't wait to talk about Tempest, and just like when you compare this to Tempest has a whole new class feel to it. It feels like you're doing completely different things than the rest of Cleric. This just feels like you're playing a Cleric that's cheating off Wizard. Okay, I'm doing all the regular Cleric stuff, and then I also get 2 Wizard cantrips until 17th level, when then I get 4 Wizard spells, and that's what makes you a Wizard now? Yeah, D. Solid D. This is an F tier, but it is sure not great.
All right, I was thinking C, but then I go C minus. I think I don't hate it enough to give it a D, but I sure don't love it.
I think almost all these features are worse than the majority of the other subclass clerics get.
We'll find out as we go through those. Well, that was Arcana Cleric. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for watching. Got any Arcana Cleric fans out here? We'd love to hear your comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comment section. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.